having me. I'm really glad that I can share this campaign here because I started this campaign after the Atlanta shooting in March this year. Personally, as a Korean, it was a very sad thing happened, but also I went through a lot of emotional depression. At some point I had to really stop watching news because I keep finding more and more, but I don't really see much of the awareness of these issues. So I made this print more for like social media, so that I can make my voice. And then somebody wanted to purchase the print, and then I thought maybe I can sell the artwork and then donate that money to support other people, you know. So I've been raised at least $2,000 for the trade. So maybe a little bit more because some people really made a large donation and then they just contact me and then I gave the print, you know. While I'm making, it's a very therapeutic process for me. So at least I'm not so depressed when I'm doing it, but also seeing the evidence of that there are a lot of good people out there still, supporting and but also being aware of these issues. But when I came on here Sunday, the next day on Monday, I went to the wood shop and then I cut 11 matrices. So I have everything over there. We need to attach the matrices to the press so they don't move when we're printing, okay? I've been using double-sided tape. Just don't use a lot because it's very strong, so you're gonna have a hard time to take it out later. If you don't want to use double-sided tape, you can just roll the Scotch tape, and then use that instead. It's up to you for your future project. I already have some tape here. And in my design, I actually have this big round corner bolt, like a border around the design. I took this design aesthetic from the roadside, okay? So I wanted to make my print look familiar to other people. So everything is like either 11 by 17 or 12 by 18, which is the regular poster size. And then you're gonna see some like a corner round border around the design. Okay. As you all know, we have to put the matrix reversed because the print will be mirrored, right? So I put the tape on the back side, okay? Just put a little bit, don't put too many, like a big piece of the tape. And then put it there. Because I want this middle one goes exact center. This is where I'm pretending I'm smart, like that, okay? So it can come out. And then because I cut the types all the way instead of engraving, just to save my time, I had to make like a little bridges so the letters stay under the matrix. But I tried it for the hashtag, it just didn't look right to me. So I ended up just, using the same technique. Use the outer one and put the center and then take out the rest, okay? I know, it looks like I'm so smart. But truth is that I found that accidentally too. Okay, so everything is attached, and then we already set the pressure. So the only thing you need to be careful is just the paper soaking. So a lot of printmaking paper is tightly sized, and then most of the time, I don't know these days, but it's like a handmade paper. So you kind of need to reduce the sizing so that the paper can be softer to go into this recessed area, but also the cellulose of the paper, the pulp, isn't like too stiff. So I can show you what happens if you don't soak enough or if you don't set the pressure right. If you look at really close here, you're gonna see some breaking surfaces. That's gonna happen. So The paper we're using is Leaves BFK. It's 100% cotton paper. And then we've been soaked probably at least 40 minutes. That's kind of the best time, or 45, something around that range. It's been giving me a very, very good consistency when I do the editioning. So when did we put the paper? Do you remember?
I started putting the earlier sheets in probably about 18, 19 minutes ago.
Okay, so we may have to wait a little bit more. Gotcha. But how about, just for the sake of time, I will just use one sheet, even though it's been only soaked 18 minutes, and then I will show you how it will look like. And then once you all want to print, the paper may be ready. So I noticed that if you squeeze the black paper with this, some black color the paper leaves on the squeegee, so it may show on your white paper. So just clean it between each of you, right? Just to make sure. Squeeze it clean. Put the paper between the water. Use this roller to take some extra water. We don't want the paper is wet. We just want the damp paper. Then the front side of the paper should face down. Because I'm gonna trim the paper after the print is completely dry, so at this point you don't really need to put it exact center. Just make sure the paper covers your image area. And then you probably need to push a little bit. Yeah. We're on board, yeah. So you're gonna fill the plate. Because I'm doing the blind embossing technique, the pressure is a little bit more than usual, like for your intaglio or your leaf. So if you're not really ready, once the plate is unengaged, it's gonna bounce it really hard. So just hold it really tight. It's a little bit crooked, but it's okay. Like that. Beautiful, right?